Okay, on to another celebrity couple. Blake Lively is expecting her 4th child with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, congrats to them. We love Ryan on the show. The actress recently shared these pregnancy photos on Instagram, saying she hopes that the paparazzi will now leave her alone. She says there are 11 guys waiting outside of her home and they're freaking her and her children out. You know, was she kind of forced to do this to get these guys off her tail? Or is this kind of like this comes with the territory, Blake? What do you guys think?
Well, if she feels that it's uncomfortable, and it would be, that's kind of gross, for sure. She has a right to take a stand. I just think that it's an oversimplification of the problem, is what I'm trying to say here. I don't think it's just the paparazzi. So, of course, it's gross. We've all heard about those horror stories of paparazzi with Princess Diana and Britney, and I get it. I don't know if the general public understands, though, that like the paparazzi just don't wake up one day and say, I'm just gonna be annoying today and go and stand outside Blake's building. They're there to get paid. So someone is paying them, which means that there are people buying the photos, which means that the people who are buying the photos are doing it for an audience. Who's the audience? That's right. Thank you very much, audience, for following me. So there's a big appetite by the public, that's us, for these shots. And the magazines buy the shots, they run the shots, and that's how the paps make money. So it's an oversimplification to like villainize just the paps. This is an entire industry. We participate in it. So it's more about what it says about us.
I know everything you're saying is true, but at the same time, like we have these laws, or in the US, you're allowed to take photographs of anyone. That's actually just part of the American freedom of the press, whatever.
Right.
But they've changed that now, in California in particular, because Jennifer Garner, among other mothers, I feel like, came forward and were like, my child, my children, it's off limits. Like, it's too much. Right. They're not the ones who are the famous ones, even if there is public interest. And they won. Like, now you can get a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
But that doesn't apply to New York, which is where Blake Lively is. But I think, where do you tip the line of freedom of expression and freedom of the press, or freedom to take photographs of whatever you want, and stalking? And harassing. Like, isn't there a tipping point where they could get a photo from there's telescopic lenses, aren't there high-tech things? You can get it from a distance and keep your distance from these
I think there is. I think there is a line. I think, though, that if celebrities themselves can't even agree on what the line is, because Kim and the Kardashians don't complain about all of this, right? Their colleagues, Blake's own colleagues, other celebrities in the industry, call the paparazzi to come wait for them outside. You're making the phone call symbol because that's what happens. Yeah. They call. So if even your colleagues, if you and I were doing two different things, and then we're trying to tell the public to believe and support one thing, then how's anybody going to come to a consensus? Right. It's also within the celebrity ecosystem and among celebrities themselves. As part of it, anyway.
I think, Just leave the children alone. Just leave the children alone.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.